Hey guys, my name is Maggie, for those of you that don't know me, and Megan and I will be your coach for the next few weeks as we go through this 21 Day Fix program. Um, I'm going to take these glasses off because there's a huge reflection on them. But, anyways, so the 21 Day Fix Challenge group, we've had quite a bit of questions about it, and tomorrow starts our prep week. So prep week pretty much just means that we're going to be going over, well, it'll be me. I'll be going over stuff that you need to be fully 1,000% prepared for this program. Um, from nutrition to just your measurements to what you'll need to what to expect throughout the program. So I'm just going to go through day 1 through day 7 of prep week on what I'll be doing each day and talking about. And then I had opened up on our BOD groups about questions that you guys may have relating to the program. And I wrote them down, and some I had text to me, so I wrote those down, answered them. Well, I'll give you the answer. I didn't write the answer down, but I just wrote down the questions so I don't forget any of them. So I'll go through the days first. That way, if there's any questions that you had, I may answer it when I go through what we're doing each day. So day 1, it's going to be kind of like an icebreaker, get to know you. We're going to have, and this will come open at 5 a.m. every morning. Sorry, that's my knee. I'm just trying to get comfy. I've had a long day of visiting on Mother's Day. So, anyways, day 1 is going to be a get to know you. So we're going to start exploring materials. If you haven't yet, I want you to download the Beachbody On Demand app on your phone. I assume all of you have logged in at this point because most of you are already in our group, but your Beachbody On Demand app should look like, well, this is terrible lighting. Hang on, let's see if I can fix this. Okay, this isn't going to work, I don't think. Either it's too bright or, anyways, you can't see it. Good grief. I'm going to quit doing that. So, your Beachbody On Demand app, I'll share I think I have a screen recording that I have done of my phone talking about where you can find all the materials for everything that I'm going to upload on this, so that way you guys have that to go back to as well. So it's going to be get to know you. We're going to have some questions, and we want to hear everyone. If you haven't responded by like 8 or 9 that night, Megan or myself will be calling you out because we take this group so serious. We both have an extreme passion for helping women, and we're very picky about who we let in our accountability group. Like, we don't just let any Joe Schmo come in. We want to make sure that y'all take this as serious as we do, because we're here to help you, and we feel confident that you wouldn't have asked us to help you if you didn't have the confidence in us. So, with that being said, we will be holding y'all accountable. That's why it's called an accountability group. That's what we're here for. We're here that if you're not checking in, if you're not telling us how your workout went or answering whatever question we have, even if it's like, share what you did today. I mean, I just think that's awesome to see what people did on a pretty day outside. Like, hey, I planted flowers. Hey, I went on a walk with my dog. Hey, I played with my kid in their sandbox. Like, I think that is so cool. I love hearing about y'all's days. It helps us get to know you. So we'll have some get to know you questions. And then any day this week, you can go on Beachbody On Demand, whether it's on the app or on your TV or on your computer, and look at the sample workout and do it. That way you know what you're expecting. I had a couple people ask me if they could go ahead and start. If you do choose to go ahead and start, I want you to make sure you go ahead and take your measurements. And I'll go over what measurements are and what you need to be taking measurements of later in this video. But I just want you to make sure that you take your measurements before you start like doing several workouts in a row. And if you do, first do the sample workout so you kind of know what you're expecting. And then you can like start some on week 1 if you want, but I want you to come back to it next week because it's super important that we stay through this together through the next like 21 days starting on May 18th. So, day 2, we're going to be learning all about Fixate. Fixate is a program on Beachbody On Demand, and there's a video of the person Autumn that's created this workout program. There's a video of her explaining Fixate, and this is where you'll find a lot of good 21-day fix recipes. I find myself coming here a lot. I find myself coming here to look for ideas on stuff, because Pinterest only goes so far. Yes, there's things that you can find on Pinterest that are really good, but this is straight from the source. I mean, this is straight from the woman who created the program, so I think you can't get much better than Fixate. Day 3 is going to be on meal planning. Some of y'all have told me that you've never meal planned before. I totally get it. I've been there. And I even share a video of how I meal plan throughout this. I know Megan will too. She has on her Instagram stories before. I think I have on my Instagram stories before. It's been a while since we've been quarantined that I've actually meal planned for an entire week. So I'm actually excited to get back into that, because it's very easy to go and just sneak in the pantry and get one of my kids' snacks that's really not 21-day fix approved or container system approved. Also, by day 3, you will have on here, I'll just do it as a post instead of an email, but I will share my meal plan for week 1, down to how I make it, what I'm making, my snacks. Now, this is for my plan specific. I'm going to talk about that here in just a second, but so day 3 will be meal planning, sharing my meal plan for week 1, and the snacks that I'll eat and stuff like that. Day 4 is going to be the container system. Some of you guys may not be familiar with the container system, but that's why Megan and I are here. If you need help figuring out what plan that you are in the container system, that's what we're here for. We can help you. There's an easy sheet you can go by. All we need really is what your weight is, what your starting weight is, and we can help put you in the right plan and figure out where you're supposed to be. Now, I'm not sitting here claiming that I'm a nutritionist, because I'm not, or a dietitian or anything like that. But this is just a very basic sheet on, sorry, my husband is being crazy over here. But this is just a very basic sheet on figuring out how many calories you should be taking in, and that'll tell you how many cups of each thing you need to be consuming every day, whether it's proteins, carbs, veggies, fruit, stuff like that. And that's kind of what all 21-day fix is. It's just portion control. I know for me, when I first started, I had a hard time sneaking veggies in. I still do. I have a hard time sneaking veggies in. So I honestly sneak them in a shake. I cut the spinach, like my go-to thing. I just throw it in a shake. I can't taste it. It's phenomenal. It's not phenomenal because it tastes good. It's phenomenal because I don't taste it, but my body's still getting what it needs. So day 5, this is something that I'm going to be doing this week, because I, for one, have to go to the grocery store. It's been like a month since I've been last. But day 5 is how to make your kitchen temptation proof. So you girls get ready, get your trash bags ready, because you're going to be throwing out all your junk. That, or if you feel like you need to have a last hurrah, whatever you need to do to have peace with getting rid of that unhealthy food. My husband's looking at me crazy because he's eating a big bowl of Golden Grahams as I speak. So he says he's 6 pounds down and he deserves it. So there's no portion control to that, boys and girls, or just girls. There's no boys in here. But anyways, so after we do the making your kitchen temptation proof, day 6 is ensuring everything, that you have everything ready for day 1. So next Monday, May 18th, is going to start off full force. We're going to be going straight through 21-day fix. And I'm so excited to see how good y'all do, because I know y'all all do great. Day 7, this is going to be your moment of truth, ladies. It's even going to be a moment of truth for me. I'm down 35 pounds, but I've kind of hit a plateau. And I know why. It's because I'm home. When I'm at school teaching, I have exactly what I need in my lunchbox, and I can't waver from my diet because I only have my 21-day fix. portions in there. But I've been home, I snack more, I think, oh, I'm hungry, but really I'm just bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored. So I have to go get a snack. I mean, I typically do try. I mean, I really do try, like, even if it's like fruit or almonds or something, but I'm still eating more than I should. And most of the time, I'm not eating everything I should. My first major thing I'm going to be doing is cutting out my coffee, because my morning coffee has way too much sugar in it. This isn't necessarily a sugar free or carb free or anything diet, and I don't even like saying diet. It's really just making healthier choices. So, um, we're gonna be taking our measurements, and when we take our measurements, um, I really wish that I had my measuring tape with me. It's up at my mother-in-law's house, but I want you to take before and after pictures. Take one from the front, take one from the side, take one from the back. That way you know. Even like if you strike a pose like this, my arm is still pretty big. But compared to how it was 6 months ago or 7 months ago when I started this nonstop journey, this is still a little definition right here. I didn't have that. It was just flat out fat. I'll just be honest with you. So, this is going to be a moment of truth for me, because I'm ready to go past my plateau and keep plugging towards my goal of, which I don't really have a dead set goal. I know I want to lose 50 pounds. I've only got 15 more pounds to go, so how much harder can it be? But that's where it gets really hard, is when you think you're like, oh man, I've gone so far, you still have to go further. So you'll take before and after pictures, and do your measurements. So one of the questions I have was, what measurements do I take? So you'll take your bust, which is like straight at your like nipple line. I'll be honest, straight at your nipple line around, kind of like you would be measuring for a bra. Um, then your chest, which is right under, like the bottom of your bra line. That's your chest. Next is your waist. This is a half inch above your belly button. So that is your waist measurement. Then you'll do your hips. My favorite, not because I got a big booty Judy over here. I've always been blessed with a big booty, but not really blessed because it's annoying. And I want you to measure your arms and your legs. So for me, like, I just kind of went a couple, like about 3 inches from my crotch, I guess is the best way to say it. And then I just measured the biggest part of my arm right here. So you need to write these down and keep them. Keep them. This is so, so important. If you don't take these measurements, when you lose 30 pounds, how many inches have you really lost? Like for me, I've lost 35 pounds, but can I tell you, I've lost almost, I was a size 16 pushing a size 18. I'm comfortably in a 10, and not much longer, I'll be back in the single digits. Yeah, when I graduated high school, I was like a 4'6", and I was a twig. Now, I'm definitely nowhere near to my high school size, but I'm just saying, like, I've lost so many inches, and if you don't take these measurements, what do you have to show for it? Like, you need to take them, even if you don't share them with us. You need them for yourself, okay? Now, Megan and I do want you to send those pictures, even if it's privately. You don't have to post it in the group. It's just a way to help hold you accountable. So, another question I had was, what time do I have to work out? Any time that works for you. For me, if I don't work out in the morning, I tend to make excuses. So I like getting up, working out, getting my day started. My baby doesn't wake up until about 9:30. So I like getting up at 5, just because by the time I get done, I can get my grading done on my for my kids' virtual virtual teaching and virtual learning. I get their grading done. And honestly, sometimes I just sit there and watch Netflix, because I don't have any other time during the day that I can just chill. So And then sometimes I just mop my floor or clean or whatever. But it's my me time as a mama. As a mama, you got to find that happy medium of this is strictly just for me. Because if I don't take care of myself, I can't 100% take care of my child because I go crazy. So, what time do I have to work out? Whenever is convenient for you. If that's 10 o'clock at night, that's what works for your schedule. Okay? So, another question I had was, whew, sorry, I'm yawning. Do we have to eat all our containers? Definitely don't go over. Um, and try your best not to. I have a hard time with dressings. I think I can have 4 tablespoons of oils and dressings, and that is really hard for me whenever I eat like this much ketchup with like 5 chicken nuggets. Not that I should be eating chicken nuggets anyways, but you get what I'm saying. I mean, I just have a hard time with dressings. So, for one, if you find yourself having a hard time meeting your goal, especially like for me, I have a hard time with veggies. Surprise. But I'm thankful that for this time of year because there's fresh corn, cucumbers, all that. There's all that fresh at produce stands, and that helps me get my veggies in. Now in the wintertime, it's a little different ball game, but um, if you're having trouble, let me or Megan know, and we'll try and help you figure out how to get those in. But definitely try not to go over because these are set for a reason because of portions. That's our main thing at we're focusing on. Portions, portions, portions. So next, and I'm sorry if I yawn like 5 more times because it's past my bedtime. But anyways, will we get help with meal planning? Yes. Like I had mentioned earlier in our days for the beginning of prep week, you will get help with meal planning. Each week, I know the weeks like Megan and I are splitting this up as far as like posts and stuff like that, but I will be sending out meal plans the days or the weeks that I have, and if Megan would like for me to do it the entire time, that's something that she and I will talk about. But you will have help with meal planning, and if you don't like what we send, let us know. We've been doing this for a while, and we'd be more than glad to give you any other recipes that we may have. So, to answer that, yes, you will be getting help with meal planning. Can and Sam, I think you asked me this, and I wasn't really sure what you were asking me. So if I don't answer your question, just let me know, and I'll figure out because it was like a typo in there, which is totally fine. I do that all the time. But I had a hard time figuring out what you were trying to ask me. I think it said, can you tell us which workouts that would be best for us? So this is going to be on a day-to-day basis. Every day, there's going to be a different workout. So I will share with you, like I told you earlier, the screen recording where you can find the materials, where you can find the calendar for the 21 days. And you can print that off or whatever you need to do to feel most prepared, or you can just have it on your phone, saved in your phone as a photo, and go to it each day. So there will be modifications on each video, so you can do like the most intense, or you can just modify it. This is all based on your ability. Another question I had, and I forgot to write it down. Hang on just a second, and I'll tell you what it was. Okay, this was from Tara. Do we pick any workout for tomorrow? No, you can go do the sample workout, and like I mentioned earlier, if you feel like you need to go ahead and start working out this week, go ahead and take your measurements and your pictures and your weight and write all that down so that way you know where you started with. And go ahead, and if you just want to get more comfortable and get into the swing of things, you're more than welcome to go ahead and do a few workouts from week 1 this week, but that's totally up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm using this week, I'm finishing up my current program I'm on, which is List 4. I'm on my last week. Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, so I'm on my last week with Live 4, and I did that so that way I really wouldn't have any downtime before we started this. But I'm going to be using this week to focus on getting my nutrition ready. I'm going to be going and making a binder full of the nutrition guide, and I'm going to be printing off my. Whew, I'm sorry. I'm going to be printing off my wall calendar so that way I can X everything off. There's also a nutrition. I don't really know how it's worded. Basically, it's where you can write down what meals you've had and you can mark off how many servings of each container you've had. So that may help you. There's also the nutrition guide and the 21-day fix tracking app, which I think is super helpful because you can go ahead, especially if you're eating the same thing like when we're meal prepping. If you're eating the same thing all week, then you can go ahead and like have it pre-filled that morning. Like as soon as you wake up, you already know that you have 2 purple containers, 1 red container, this, so on and so forth throughout the whole week. So I think that answered all the questions that I had. But of course, if you guys have any questions, you can comment them on here, or just let me or Megan know anytime, and we'll be glad to help you. However you need. I'm sorry, the next time I do a video, I will not do it this late at night because I obviously can't talk without yawning. So, if you think of anything else, just let us know, and we're so looking forward to this. We started talking about this, I guess, a little over a month ago, and I was kind of nervous because this is my first challenge group, but I know we're going to kill it, and we have some amazing, amazing mamas and girls on here that are ready to put their health as a priority, and we're here to help you every step along the way. So, as always, if you need anything, you just let us know, and we will be more than glad to help you in whatever way we can. So, until next time, bye.